Welcome to Norfolk Golf Course Darkies, which were pretty much the home of the caveclan at one stage for many years. You've all heard the story how we used to travel around drains in Melbourne when we first started, before the internet and everything, and we'd explain to people, we'd write messages in the drains on how to get to Norfolk Golf Course, to the pillars, which you'll see soon. And people used to come and leave a message, and then we would go hopefully see the message. Yeah, they'd leave a message to meet us, and we'd go back again, and they'd come back again. So there's a lot of mucking around, especially when you're coming from the other side of Melbourne. Yeah, that's how we met some of the, Gilligan, Rusco, like heaps of those guys. And we used to all be in areas like North, Woody, Duggo, Sloth, Cobra and Camo. And we had the South, who was like Vandal, Gilligan, Rusco. The East was like Critter and Gobbledocks and all that. Yeah. But anyway, this used to be our headquarters. We had a lot of parties here. It was quite a good spot. There you go. We met Dunnett. I think we met Dunnett here. We were going to meet him at Mays, but Dunnett. Yeah, caveclan was never really into the multi-tagging in drains thing, but take it easy on the car. My brother has just copped 21 charges for the same thing, but he's only 15. I think that's Rusco riding that. There's heaps of graffiti up here. Honestly, you might as well just come up and have a look at it. A lot of the old caveclan graffiti has been gone over, and a lot of it's fucking embarrassing. It's like, yeah, look at that, sick. It's like before you used to spam, troll people on the internet. We used to come up here and troll each other. Most of the time it was just shits and giggles, but sometimes it got a bit. Get a job at Telstra, you must suck off your fat, ugly male boss. At Telecom, no job is to, a couple of guys worked at Telecom, so we used to give everyone shit. More Telecom japes. Telecom clan. Far too long to wait for Telecom. Telecom shit me because they waste our money, blah 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 blah. I didn't realise there was so much anti-Telecom stuff up here. Shout out to Telstra. There's Leonore Explores. Sorry, Lenore. Still haven't got those dead Cooper stickers for you. Okay, this is pretty cool. It needs to be fixed up because I don't know why, but someone wrote cocksuckers over it. This is a group that are now heading towards 60 years since they wrote this. If my math is right. 55 years old, 56. So Drainiacs Incorporated. Yeah, 20. I started to go over it because it was getting a bit worn, and then I stopped. But if someone could get some brown paint and do it properly, I reckon it'd be worth saving. Eventually someone's going to piece over it. The more tags you get on it like this, sket, someone's written Alf Saddlier, it looks like my writing, but he wasn't actually in Drainiacs, so we're different. But the more graffiti tags that get over it, it's going to get more people. Someone will just piece over it, so I reckon it's worth touching up. Do you know what she did? We were Exorcist fans for a while. Like I said, it's just like the internet, but on drain walls. Done it. Can't. Done it. Can't. Dungoy guy's been here. Not a spook, CC's. Dal Dent, the chicken fucker. Drain Zone. Drain Zone was a group we made up to try and get Woody back in the drains, and we made him like Nazi, like everything that Woody hates. It worked for a little while. Now someone's changed the CC logo to Chow Cock. And the funny thing is, I don't know about the cave clan these days, but we would piss ourselves laughing at it. We'd take photos of it if we had cameras. We hardly ever, despite me having 1 million photos online, we hardly ever had cameras. Like 80% of our stuff didn't have cameras until Drainiacs sort of took off, and then other people would take a lot of photos, but we missed so much shit. But that's the type of shit we used to love, but people would do it. We used to think, fuck, people are giving us shit. We must be getting big. We must be doing something right. Duggo, 25th of the 6th, 89. Yeah, so this is one of the graffiti boards. I'm not going to really go through it. As I said, come up here while it's still here. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but if I go in, you can just see heaps of... Hornet was Night Stalker. We had a few, there was a bit of a graffiti war. Treehouse Man, that was Alien. Anyway, look, there's heaps of shit. Here's the setting up of the union within the clan, blah 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 blah. So there's a lot of reading to do up here. It's all shit. It's all pretty much shit. Sparks, she was in the clan for years. She's still around. She's still in. I think she's on our Facebook group. Oh, here we go, an old sticker. It looks old. It might be just one made to look old. Up ahead, you can see the light of the pillars. This guy gets up a bit. I see him around heaps. Could be one of my aliases. I'm not sure what AC stands for. I think it stands for Alive Chopper. I think Dead Chopper used to tag it when he was alive. Duggo and Cobra going beyond the end. That was full on. I could tell the story of that one day, although it's not that exciting. But I remember that. Geez, that's like early 90s. That'd be 30 years ago that's written. Cobra, that's him. The Greek clan man. There's been a couple since then, but a few since then. Greek explorers are good. If you know any Greek explorers, hang out with them. They're just about always good. Got good senses of humour. Heaps and heaps of graffiti to read. Okay, oh, here we go. Here's the pillars. I'll probably do a cutaway and film myself walking through here. But yeah, as I was saying, shitloads of graffiti. Here you go. Look at that. Look at this guy. Has he got a touch or what? Someone asked, what's my favourite graffiti in a drain? It'd have to be this. Kill Duggo. Drain zone. I think I wrote that myself. Forbidden exploration. Sticker's coming off. No, I can't fix it. Here's an old guest book. So this guest book starts on Gilligan, 21st of the 7th, 89. Crit, that was back when I Eastern Clan. 21st of 7th, 89, Vandal. Desi, Roxy. Lots of graffiti up here. Of course it all gets slashed, but whatever. And then there's even parts where the graffiti is just paint, it's just done on a shit surface and it's all peeling off, so that's another thing that's fucking it up. Like that. Okay, this is the pillars. I'll turn the torch off. So yeah, it's got a lot of history. Ted Cooper. There you go. Art. These grills weren't here originally, so it's a lot darker. There's just a bit of light and come in back there. Oh shit. Okay. This isn't good. The manhole's busted. So I'm pretty sure if I get caught today, I'll be getting blamed for that. So that's not good. Anyway. Urbex, Satan Kitties, whoever, Telltale Traveller. So the pillars are pretty cool. You've all heard the story, it's online, you can probably search, I'll try and chuck a link up. When where Bobby drowned here, not Bob of the caveclan, a different Bob. They had a couch set up in between these pillars, and they'd seen it flood a few times, but just winter rain, this is a summer storm. There was two of them. I've actually met one of them, that's how I sort of know the details. So the couch must have been here in between these, and as the water got up and it washed the couch away, they hung on to these bars, and one of them hung on a bit longer and the other one got washed away earlier and sadly died. The shittest thing was we made these sort of tribute memorials to him here. When people ask me what I think about graffiti, and I generally it doesn't bother me, but we had this big memorial here and it's pieced over it, so we did it again and they pieced over it. It was obviously a memorial, it wasn't even a piece, it was just people had written messages like sorry about your loss and all this sort of stuff, and his parents had been up here and written stuff, and his friends, and there was like flowers would get stuck on it and that. To me, I'm not saying these people because they've probably gone over other pieces, but the people that went over a tribute to a kid that drowned in a drain, total cunts. I've got I can't remember who they are. I don't know if they've ever even recorded it in Il Drano or anything, but they're total cunts. BDP, which is the big drain posse. That's like a tribute to explorers that have passed away. That's the grill. Manhole grill thing. This is the tunnel that, which one was it? This one. This is the one that I'm from New Zealand, bro. Climbed up and put his hands out the gutter. That's just a round pipe that goes back to the entrance and nothing in there. There might be some cool graffiti in there actually. I've been up this drain like probably 500 or 600 times. I've probably only been through there like 5, so there might be some rare graffiti, but I'm on a bit of a tight schedule today. Okay. Oh my god. Don't do it, Duggo, you'll just look silly. You'll just look like a dickhead. Don't do it, resist. With Georgie. Georgie's hanging around here, sneaks around here. Alright, I'll continue on. Okay, this is Duggo in the post video, to sneak this bit in. I did the good old thought I'd hit record, but I'd hit pause and I missed a section which I'll super quickly fly through because this video is already way too long. I had a couple of people, or a few actually, ask me about what's the story with me and the 70k story, which it's a bit awkward, but I think I might do a walkthrough. I'm going out to Ballarat soon, so I might do a walkthrough in Ballarat and tell my side of the story, because I think it's also an interesting story. Funny even, my side of it. I'm not talking about them getting busted, that's not funny at all. Just my involvement with the cops. It'll obviously be a bit political, but we'll get through it. Exploring with the Grimbo asked me what's the best feature you've ever seen. In drains, that's a really tough question. The chamber was pretty much awesome. But when we first found the chamber, it had no roof. They were still building it. It had no stairs at the end. And it also, the wall, as you walk in on the right-hand side, was missing, and it went into the Como Centre car park. It was like you could see a couple of levels of it. There's all scaffolding there. And then when we went back and it was finished, we were like, oh, wow, this is awesome. But with anything that in urban exploration would definitely be the glowworms of luminosity up in, Papua New Guinea, where luminosity is. There's nothing like it. Walking through, over an hour, between an hour and a half, we had a torch just from glowworms, and the best glowworms, because all the tours I've been on, the glowworms are way up high or whatever. These ones are just above you and down and on the walls beside you and reflecting in the water. And you just start tripping. I don't do drugs, but you just start. One minute you feel like you're walking under stars, and you feel like you're walking in a thick forest with beads of sunlight coming through. And I remember once we were, it was a really hot, it got to 44 degrees. And then we had this expo through KLP where we floated through this river diversion tunnel, and then we went to Lumo, and the glowworms were so fucking bright. And there was heaps of us, 30 of us or something, 25 of us. And I just got into where the glowworms start, because the first section's concrete, and then I just stood there, and
everyone that came in just had the same reaction. And we basically said no torches, walk through the first 10 minutes of concrete, so your night vision kicks in, and just everyone that walked in just had the same reaction. Fuck. I wish I had recorded it. Just about everyone loves Lumo whenever we go to Papua New Guinea.
Michael Falaska asked me if there's stories about people who've come across. I think you just come across so many, most of the time it's just, whatever. I don't know if I told the story of Badlands. They used to be like a punk skater crew in the 90s. A Misfit and we went up like 3 drains. One was one was Norfolk Golf Course, this drain. And there was footprints in the drain, and then we saw these Badlands stickers around. And then we went to God, which is a, hard to get in drain, not like this one. And there was footprints and bloody Badlands in there, and we're like, what the fuck? And then we went to Anzac, to Maze. And sure enough, we get into the entrance and we can hear these voices. So we turn our torches off and we walk up quietly in the dark. And we realise they're we get a triple split, and then we realise they're at Dodgy Deals. And we think, let's get the fuck out of these kids. Yeah, so we creep up. We jump out. Blah! And not one of them give a fuck. And then one of them just looks up and goes, hey, how you going? And they were these 12 adult dudes, skater dudes covered in tats. They didn't give a fuck. And we became quite friendly with them for a little while there. I don't know how over time we just went different ways. We went to some of their parties and I went to some of ours. Oh shit, I hate the height of this drain. Alborn Original asked, do I scrunch or fold? I'm definitely a scruncher. The good thing about this drain is I'm quite tall and I've got to duck the whole friggin' way. Urbex memories, things that you don't like about drains. I don't think I need to answer that because I've just been whinging about these low sections, and this drain also has lots of cross pipes which I'm bound to smash my head into. When I'm hitting my head now, I'm just sort of, because I stand up straighter. Yeah, I've never liked low drains. I hate when you've got to go through a low drain to get to the good bit. Yeah, so low drains is what I hate. What's your favourite kind of feature you like to find in a drain? Says Abandon X. Pretty cool, like waterfalls, slides, things that, take it up to another level. They're always good. Why drains and not rooftops? The views from up there, wow. That's from A Plagued Life. Yeah, I don't mind rooftops. I think Mariachi said that it's the worst type of urbex. But I'm not just into let's get on as many rooftops as we can. I like the rooftops of good abandoned buildings, like power stations and things like that. Best worst art seen in the drain? I don't know. I was jokingly saying, this is also by A Plagued Life. I guess I'm more into stuff that you can look at it and like whatever wild style. I've never really been into it. That's just me. Yeah, so I like Gunnett's work at the plant, at the chamber. Operation Under from, I think he's from California. Is a Pizza Hut hand job better than a drain hand job? Well, I'm probably not the best person to ask. I think Steak and Titties and Mariachi, they've probably experienced the hand job at Pizza Hut. All you can wank. So yeah, I'll definitely have to go with in a drain, or even half out of a drain, when you sort of get stuck and someone down below gives you a hand. That was interesting. Mind Raped asks, do I prefer Mariachi with or without a beard? Well, the problem is I've never met him. And I've never met Steak Never met Jim. I never met any of the guys I do the podcast with. And with Mariachi, I tend to see him where he's sort of looking down. I just see iceberg, his eyes and his forehead. So I can't answer that one. But maybe I'll answer it in the future one day when I see him with him without a beard. Another little guest book. Yes, I've never seen this before. Like some kind of support the drain might have been cracking or something, so they've bolted this cigar shelf in. What is this friggin' Candle Mall? I guess it's bro, is it all sweet to call you? I got to show you something, but I need to visually explain it with a car in Candle Mall. What the fuck is that? Station. No station up here. Said Cooper. Recon the Sanctum. That's pretty cool. ISO. Recon green. Recon. Yeah, so this is where the drain changes to a little underpass then. Doggy. There's a boat up there. That's quite good. Right. Fuck, this is really old. Caveclan Go. That's ancient. There's a little friend. Hello, fella. Another boat. Alistair. I love these art displays. They're probably done by people that think I'm a cunt, but I love them. More shoes. Pick a shoe. I don't know if they're your shoes, they probably are. Oh wow. Bit of plasticking over the hole. Yeah, so this is really shit. It's low, but it's not low for long at all. And this is one of the few times I don't mind the low bit. These pipes are also good for graffiti and stickers. It's only a short low section, but it's still a crap height. Not bad. I really want to show you where the drain gets bigger again, so I'm just going to keep plugging along. I reckon when I said the video camera went flat before, I got a feeling I did a segment where I was recording. I thought I was recording and I wasn't, so I just turned off. So I got a feeling there's going to be a chunk of questions missing. If that's the case, Nettie. Danny loves Fanny. Good on you, Danny. I'm also paranoid of telling really long, interesting stories because they're more for the podcast, so I'm kind of trying to make this about the drains. That looks very old. Drain Dwellers, that's their logo. 14th of the 3rd, 87. Jesus, how long does it stay this height for? Fucking whinging cunt, that duggo is. Just in case you're wondering, you can't imagine a drain flooding. You know, this shit is wedged in these cross pipes. That tells you how fucking high they flood. Graffiti wall supplied by the Caveclan on the 7th of the 12th, 89. Use at will. By Duggo. He was a good guy. Doing that for people. There you go. Yeah, so Norfolk Golf Course darkies. This used to be, heaps of it used to be open in a lot of sections. I love this bit because I can stand up. Geez, that's lasted a while. Good condition. Duggo and Rusco of the Caveclan, 7th to 12th, 89. Vast helped a lot with the drain guide, the last drain guide. Okay, I'm back down to fucking ducking again. More graffiti. Duggo, Dodo, you can't. Lots of little side pipes. More graffiti. Farewell Melbourne. Yeah, so the drain used to be open back in the olden days, and all the, like, I don't know, abattoirs and shit like that, they just pour all the crap into this drain, and it was just a cesspit. People got diseases from it and all that. And when you are coming up here, watching out for all these cross pipes, if you're tall like me and you look down, bang. Which I'm going to do that eventually, I'm sure of it. And so what councils started doing downstream was they put bits underground. I'm like, fuck it, we don't want all that shit. And then, so it used to be a canal and underground, and another bit would be underground. And then eventually Melbourne Water came along, Melbourne Metropolitan Water Works. I reckon that's a sewer overflow maybe. Yeah, it's a sewer overflow. Could be a way out if I needed to get out. Look at this colour of pipe. And then Melbourne Metropolitan Water Works came along and they pretty much uniformed it, made most of it the same, capped all the bits that were open. Whereas now, in the 2020s, they're talking about ripping some of these drains up and turning them back into waterways. Yeah, lots of side pipes. What's that one do? Oh, an old blocked one. They probably built this one in place of it. Fucking get bigger already, cunt. After this, I'm going to get that. Fuck, I'm bad with names. Look at Baylor's graffiti book. Hoping to head up there. The problem is now I'm going to stink like a fucking Drainiacs boring cunt. I'm sort of looking out for that slippery shit now, and I know it was on the left. Does it say Baylor? Now, about Baylor, I'm fucking going to his gallery as soon as I get out of here. That's bizarre. His book has been highly praised. I've only really seen the caveclan bits and screen grabs. It's one of those things where it's not cheap. You get what you pay for, and you know it's obviously really good quality if you once you see it. Gummy bear, warp, warp, warp. I kill you. Your mum killed me. I died to be reborn. Natural gas. Grime church. Or whatever. I don't know what that is, but it's pretty cool. I like the colours. Got more credit for someone that comes this far up the tunnel and do a piece. Spider webs in my mouth. Oh, and hit in my head. Fucking, what was I saying? Fucking, there's heaps of spider webs. I'm supposed to be going to that book launch after this. I'm going to have a webulette of hair on my head. I've totally lost it. What was I talking about? There goes a tram. Oh, I keep it in my head. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like the bright. I'm like, ooh, bright colours, pretty. Especially when it's way up in this dark, dank section. Yeah, I like this guy's stuff. I'm obviously not your traditional graffiti fan. Like, I don't, but I like that. That's cool, in my opinion. Whereas that's not. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, there's quite a bit here. As soon as I stopped it, I just come up this section where they've supported the roof. You know, this must be a dodgy section. More again, the roof's all bolted up. Oh, there's heaps. Bolts. They're doing all these things to lengthen the life of the drains. They look quite good they're probably not that good in camera, but heaps of them. Yeah, like quite a few drains now, they're starting to spray, I don't know what you call it, I call it rockcrete, but they spray the old red brick tunnels, which is kind of like a feature, but it spoils another feature. Sticker Bomber was saying they've done a lot of camos. There's parts of Maze. They're doing parts of Anzac. So it's like these drains are coming to the end of their lives. And yeah, so they're doing whatever they can to extend them, which is what I'm guessing all these metal things are for. They look good through the naked eye anyway. They've got all beads of water that reflect off the torch lights. The bolts look quite good too. I don't know if I've said this already on the video, but get bigger you can. Kind of a drain. There's probably a sewer or something crossing it. I'm going to go under. Oh wow, this is cool. Not that exciting, but just something I haven't seen before. They've got the supports down the walls and all. Some decent sized tunnel, but still not falling up shit. Gross. There was a slippery section up here where everyone used to fall over. And I took a heap of guys. I took a bunch of, when I first took Rusco and Vandal, all these guys that became, you know, huge parts of the caveclan. And I'm telling them to watch their step, it's slippery. And then bang, I fell on my ass. I fell in the middle of the water, and literally the water is just flowing up my pants. These guys are looking at me like, what the fuck? They're like, what the fuck? This guy's supposed to be like some expert, which obviously I'm not. Especially back then. I mean, I'm not now, but that was the very early days. Then on the way back, I fucking do it again. This time they just piss themselves laughing. People were like putting their foot on it and seeing if they could stand in this slippery stuff. And they literally couldn't. Oh fuck, I can stand up. The drains got bigger, I didn't even realise. Yeah, so sometimes big rectangle drains can be crap because they lower the drain. But when I filmed those side tunnels just a minute ago, this even though this tunnel's bigger, it's got less volume now because those tributaries, those side tunnels, made it bigger, but it was bigger as in volume, but it was a lower rectangular, whereas now the tunnels got smaller, but higher. Also, I'm pretty shit at saying, right now, we're under whatever. We're heading towards, you end up right up in Preston High Street, and yeah, there was an old fire station there. I think it's moved. It's like one of those old school ones. I think the building's still there. You can tell it used to be a fire station. You end up near there somewhere. Fuck yeah. Let's go draining. Weird how there's just these sections where there's pieces and we're quite far up. What's this bloke? Who's this guy? Oh fuck. My brother? Danny, Michael, and I can't remember him because we just call his name, go by his nickname. That's my brother. And I think they give caveclan shit somewhere. Cheeky little fuck. I was just at his place this morning. Another side tunnel. Another side tunnel. So I'm actually doing this at like 11 in the morning. Oh, the good slide. I'll save that one for you guys. I don't want to spoil it all for you. Alright. Okay, what's happening here? Red brick. Red brick. I think this is just an underpass. Yes, they said once again, there's a few side pipes and now it's changed shape again. Dunko rip. Graffiti, legend. The good thing is, as the drain's getting smaller, as in volumes smaller, it's getting narrower but higher, or not getting lower. So that's one thing I like about this drain. How good are those tags? I'd let them join the caveclan, if they're not already. I'd let them join the caveclan just because of their names. Yeah, so it's a good drain if you're a tall cunt. I think this tunnel is getting, there you go, another side pipe. That's actually a decent size. Mullet Jocks is a good guy. Mullet Jocks, 07. I had a picnic here. So now it's getting, because of that side pipe, it's getting fucking smaller, but still not lower. Oh, it's a bit of a weird optical illusion. You won't pick it up on the camera. There's a little ramp. It doesn't work on the camera. If you feel like the drain's starting to go, like you go up, 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 and it starts going, you feel like it's starting to go downhill. I'll keep going while it's, I'm going to stop soon. Oh, that's pretty weird. Baylor. See you soon, Baylor. Tunnel Team Gilligan. Tunnel Team Gilligan. Yeah, so it's got narrower again, but it's still 7 foot high. I think I'm going to turn back in a sec. I just wanted to show you how, you know, don't be put off by the heights. There's a nice bend here. S bend. Oh, there you go. How weird is that? The S bend. Probably my writing too. I probably wrote that 30 years ago. That's a nice little feature. Oh my God. I'm glad I kept coming up. It's always good to see. Everyone likes to see an Alf Saddlier tag. If you don't know who Alf Saddlier is, you should be ashamed of yourself. He used to build drains and he'd always put his name in them, you know. I don't know, putting the last bit in. So the letter says that we got, one of the newspapers we did an interview with, we mentioned him, and a relative sent, but then the newspaper wouldn't give us the bloody letter because of privacy, and we're like, can't you censor it? Cut their address out. I love this. This is my favourite part of the drain. You come across a little slide. I think, let me see. I might turn back. It's still a decent height, but I've just got other shit. I've got to get to this book launch, and then I'm going to Have a beer with some old school guys.